check it out. It's pretty, huh? So that's nature. Got birds in the pond just chilling. I enjoy watching birds. We have several species. If you were to ask me, what kind of species are these birds? I couldn't tell you. I'm no bird expert, to be honest with you. But I do like watching them. Look at that one. Where is it going? With his buddies, I guess. There's another one. Where are you going? Nowhere. But you know, it's all... I like watching birds. In the distance, you can see the Oakland Hills. It's a cool part about living in Oakland. You're surrounded by hills. Check that out over there. It's a staple of Oakland. It's a Mormon temple. It's very pretty if you go inside. It's also very pretty outside. I'm not a Mormon myself, but I do have several Mormon pals, buddies, and they're cool peeps. Here we have the Oracle Arena. It's where the Golden State Warriors play and dominate, right? Championship winners. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not really into sports. I'll be quite honest with you. I'm glad they won, you know, and continue to dominate. But do I care if they lose? Not really, I'll be honest with you. But yeah, go Golden State. Where is it? Oh, in here you can see the ballpark where the Oakland A's play. And that's also where the Raiders play, Raider Nation. Again, whether they win or lose, I really don't care. I do watch a lot of sports with buddies who are really hardcore into it. It is always entertaining to watch their passion for sports. And I do enjoy watching the games, just the mechanics of it. It's fun. But honestly, my heart's really not into it as much as a lot of my buddies. I don't have that passion for sports like many people do. Lovely pond though. And here we have, what's this? Horizon. And what's that? General Bottle Supply. Two prominent companies. I'm just playing. I don't know what these companies are or what they do. I'm guessing this company makes General Bottle Supply. They make bottles. That's cool. But we're actually surrounded by companies and corporations. This is a industrial area, a regional park inside an industrial area in Oakland. A pocket of nature inside an urban landscape. I'm trying to be poetic, but it's not really happening. Hello, welcome to the Black Ponder. I'm Neil Trotter, and right now we're just chilling here in one of my favorite spots, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Shoreline Regional Park. I love this place because you're in nature, but you're surrounded by the city, the urban landscape, and I love that dichotomy. The San Francisco Bay Area has a lot of regional parks. The whole program is you go into these parks and it's like a little mini Yellowstone or a little mini Yosemite. I mean, it's nothing like it, but it's a small taste. It's not like your typical park with a swing set or a monkey bars. It's actual nature, But at the same time, you're well aware that you're in the middle of the city because you can hear the airplanes flying and you can see the cars in the distance or driving around. And Martin Luther King Jr. Shoreline Regional Park is in Oakland, right in between the Oakland Airport and Oakland Coliseum. In Oakland, California, USA, that's my spot. That's where I was born, that's where I was raised, that's where I currently live. I love this city, I really do. Now, there are a lot of problems with this city, don't get me wrong. And I mean, we could spend a good hour or two just talking about, or more, just talking about the problems that the city has to deal with in terms of the crime, the gun violence, the drugs, the large socioeconomic gap that's going on, prostitution's big here, all types of problems, man. We could just go on and on. But I consider myself blessed to have grown up in this city. I mean, it has really been a gift. It really has. And, the reason why is because of how diverse the city is. Now, a lot of people throw that term out there, diversity. Diversity. Why is that so important? It's like a hot topic, right? Diversity is important because it gives you more knowledge, basically. You become a more informed and aware person. You get to understand the perspectives of other people. You become a much more well-rounded individual, and it gives you a better opportunity to experience empathy, learn more about your fellow man. You learn more about the human condition because you are not limited to your own individual perspective. You get to experience the perspective of others. Let me tell you, the first best friends that I ever had, who were not family, I guess my first best friend would be my brother, my twin brother. We don't look alike though. We're fraternal, that's a medical term. Twin brothers that don't look exactly alike. He's my first best friend, but I guess my second and third best friend were two cousins, and they were from Yemen, the country of Yemen, and they're Muslim. I don't know them anymore, unfortunately. It's too bad. We just kind of lost touch, unfortunately. But they were really cool people, man. I knew them in the second and the third and the fourth grade elementary school. And, we bonded over video games and comic books. I remember it was big. And just things kids like to do. We used to play like tag football and tag in general and Foursquare. Just all little kid, like little things that little boys like to do. We did all that, man. Let me tell you, they were the nicest people, man. They were. Their families own local liquor stores. Many liquor stores are corner stores, little shops where you can buy alcohol and snacks, junk food that's not really healthy for you. Condoms you can buy there. You know what I'm talking about, those little shops. Most of those shops in this area are owned by Middle Eastern families. And I would go there as a kid, and they would just give me free stuff, like free snack, because we were good buddies. I remember they would even stand up for me, when I would get into a scuffle. Maybe somebody who was in a higher grade than I was picking on me, or my brother. They would stand up for me. They look out for me. Like, hey man, don't mess with him. He's our buddy too. There were some cool people, man. They really were. I remember they would be gone for like a week or so during the school year. They'd take random days off, and they'd come back, and I'd ask them, what were you guys doing? And they would do these religious holidays, and they would talk to me about what they would do in the mosques and how they would pray and things like that. And they would tell me about the whole Ramadan religion and how, the fasting and all that. And it was very interesting to me. And you could tell they were really into it too. And you can also tell that's what made them so nice and compassionate. They really believed that it was important to just do good for a fellow human being. And you could tell that was rooted in their religious beliefs. Even as a little kid, I kind of picked that up. I grew up in a church, raised Christian, as many African Americans from where I live are. And I still am a Christian. I mean, they would tell me about all their interesting stories, their faith, and what they would do on their holidays. And it was very interesting to me. But, that didn't sway me from not being a Christian or anything like that. But it did really increased my interest in religion in general as a little kid. As I grew up, I got to know more people, of course, obviously, right? I got to know a lot of people who were Buddhists, who are also my good buddies. And they're really into it. They believe in the whole reincarnation thing, and they meditate like on a daily basis and things like that. And these are Asians. When I went to college, I got to meet a lot of Hindu people. In the San Francisco Bay Area, there's this section called the Tri-City area, which is composed of the city of Fremont, Union City, and Newark. And over there, they have quite a large East Indian population. And a lot of those people are into Hinduism. And I would ask them about their faith just out of curiosity. And they would share with me, their religious practices and their beliefs. And it's very interesting to me. Of course, not all Indians are Hindu, not all Asians are Buddhist, not all Middle Easterns are Muslim, of course. Also, when I went to college, I got to meet a lot of atheists and agnostic people. Agnostic people are just people that are basically indifferent about religion. They're like, whatever. I'm sure there's a God that exists, but whatever. Atheists, I find, are really hardcore into the whole anti-religion thing. You mention religion, they get kind of riled up. But I have a lot of atheist friends, and even they're cool peeps. We agree to disagree, and I hang out with them. They're my buddies. It's all good. All different kinds of people too, not just on a religious level, just on ethnic level. All different kinds of Asians, Chinese, Japanese, Southeast Asians, Vietnamese, Laotians, Cambodians, all different kinds of people with all different kinds of cultures. Huge Latino population, Mexican, El Salvadorian, Nicaraguan, Venezuelan, just so many different people here in the San Francisco Bay Area. African Americans, of course, but also just Africans who have immigrated here. Of course, you got a large white population as well. And nowadays, since housing fees are increasing in major cities like San Francisco, you're starting to see all these suburbanites, primarily white people, moving into the ghettos of Oakland. They are remodeling these crack houses or abandoned buildings, and they're converting them into nice apartment complexes right smack dab in the middle of the ghetto. And you're starting to see all these young suburbanites that are about my age come in and live there right in the middle of the ghetto. It's funny. And they're bringing this new culture into Oakland. A lot of people call it a hipster culture. It's cool. I got many of those friends now too. Basically, I'm just really fortunate to grow up in the city where I've been exposed to so many different kinds of people, different cultures, different religions, different lifestyles. It's great. It's amazing. I'm very thankful for that. I know there's a lot of places where you just grow up and you just kind of are around the same kind of people. And that can be cool in its own right, but I'd much rather be around just different kinds of people. I think that's a lot more fun and it's more informative, and you have a better opportunity to become more empathetic and more knowledgeable about the human experience, I think. And that makes you a more critical thinker, I believe. I think oftentimes people make the mistake of surrounding themselves with the same kind of people and just only watching things that they themselves only agree with, watching news programs that align only with their beliefs, and just tuning out everything that's different from them. There's that metaphor of just you put yourself in a silo, and we have all these different silos, whether it's like Republican, Democratic, conservative, liberal, religious, non-religious, hipster, suburbanite, ghetto, gangster. It's the same. We just put ourselves in these silos and we just isolate ourselves from other human beings, and it prevents us from critically thinking about things. Philosophy is so important, I think, because it makes us aware of that. It makes us aware that we can do that sometimes, and it's a mistake because it prevents us from really making the right decisions or making correct decisions. When we do that, we come to conclusions that are false, because they're not real, because they're only based off of our own experiences, and our own experiences are not the only things that exist, and they're not the only things that are valid. Humanity is very diverse, and it's very different, and it's complex. You need to be aware of all of it. Consider all points of views, consider all perspectives, and at least understand where other people are coming from. One of the most common questions on my YouTube channel: where do I go to start studying philosophy? What are the first texts that I should read to study philosophy? I got two recommendations for you. One for sure is Plato's collection of dialectics: Euthyphro, Apology, Credo, and Phaedo, right? Commonly collected into an edition called The Last Days of Socrates, or The Trial and Death of Socrates. That's a great place to start because it's not that long, it's very simple, and it's very fundamental philosophically. In those texts, Socrates is doing what I'm talking about. He's going around and he's talking to people that don't agree with him, who have different perspectives, and he's just really trying to understand people. He's trying to ask questions, and he doesn't come in with bias. He comes in with a critical mind. He's trying to get to understand perspectives of other people who don't share his opinion, and ultimately he gets put to death for that. And that's real, in this world you're punished for doing that, which is sad. You don't want to ask difficult questions. People don't want to expose themselves to different perspectives. We want to isolate ourselves. And when we do that, we live in falsehood. Philosophy is about breaking down those barriers. It's hard to do, but that's what those texts are about that Plato wrote. It's about critical thinking. It's about understanding different people's perspectives, or attempting to do that. It's about morality and ethics and what's really important. What's really important. What is worth dying for. Definitely an influential philosophical text for sure. I would also encourage you to delve into Eastern philosophy. And another book I would encourage you to check out if you're just getting started into philosophy is this Eastern philosophical work, Tao Te Ching by Lao Tzu. Again, another fundamental philosophical text. Also fundamental for the practice, the religion, the philosophy of Taoism. And it just talks about how in life there's good and bad. You're going to have hard times and you're going to have good times. You need to be ready for that. It's about embracing the challenge of life and not to let that challenge defeat you, but to understand that it's an important part of life. There needs to be a balance. It can't always be good. Your life will be full of tough times, but it's important. Those tough times are very important, and it talks about how to handle that and how to be more fluid and more in tune with life, and be aware of the positives of even the bad parts of life. Kind of counterintuitive, I know, but Tao Te Ching breaks it down. It breaks it down. Two fundamental texts: that The Last Days of Socrates and Tao Te Ching. I'm going to be giving these books away to my subscribers of the Black Ponder YouTube channel. This is year 2, the anniversary celebration. I love doing this Black Ponder channel. It's a very fun hobby of mine. I enjoy it very much, and I appreciate all the feedback, the comments, the subscriptions, the views. As I've said before, does view count really motivate me? Does subscription count motivate me? Not really, to be honest with you. I would be doing the same thing with even one subscriber or tens of thousands of subscribers. I'll be doing the same thing regardless. I'll be completely honest with you. But I don't want to be dismissive. It is cool that people are subscribing. It's great, and that people are viewing my videos and commenting. That's cool. So I just want to give some appreciation for that. So I'll be giving those 2 books away, and just comment below, say you want to be included in the giveaway, or send me a private message if you want to do that instead. Whatever, just contact me, let me know hey, I want to be part of that giveaway, and I'll use that one of those random number generator websites and select one winner, and I'll send those books to you. you know, and it's international. You know, I got a hookup, right? Anywhere FedEx can deliver, you know, anywhere in the world, right? I got a special hookup because I know shipping can be expensive, but I got discounts, so don't worry about that. Also, you have to be a subscriber as of the upload date of this video, right? Because this is a reward to the people who have subscribed, right? Who have, you know, I just want to show my appreciation to you. And I also want to spread the love of philosophy, just to encourage that critical thinking and the opening of the mind by taking into consideration different perspectives, different ways of thinking is important to me. But yeah, thanks for watching. You know, I'm not gonna stop anytime soon. I see myself doing this for a long time, this Black Ponder channel. I got, you know, a ton of philosophy books still that I want to read and talk about. No, you know, I'm not going anywhere. So keep it locked, you know, keep it locked to the Black Ponder. We're gonna have some fun. You know, let's learn something and have fun doing it, shall we?